Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 15, episode 1. And guys, I was skeptical about watching, but I said, you know what? Why not? So I caught up today. I have a lot of thoughts, I have a lot of notes. I'm not going to hold y'all. I actually had very low expectations for this premiere episode, and I actually thought that it was pretty good. It was decent. I wasn't mad at it. So maybe Beverly Hills might give us a fairly decent season. Who knows? But this first episode it wasn't horrible, I thought. Yes, I liked Rachel Zoe a lot more than I expected to. Yes, I feel like Rachel Zoe is giving us story with the whole divorce. Her letting us know that her ex-husband is no good. I'm here for it. Oh, okay. So a lot of y'all aren't here for it. You said you didn't watch the episode. You said you were quite bored. Hey, y'all. You thought it was very boring. I thought it was okay. Yeah, it was okay. Now, can we all agree on one thing, though? I did not expect to see Reba on my screen. I don't ever want to see Sutton's mom on my screen. So when I tell you I was shocked, I was gagged in the worst way possible when I saw Miss Reba appear. I said, wait, what? I thought we left Reba over there. Why is she on my screen right now for season 15? Honey, listen, they could have kept Reba. It gets a 5 for me. It was a decent premiere. Yeah, I was not here for Reba. I said, let me come on here. I know y'all are about to cut up. Honey, Reba the Dominatrix is here, honey. If you caught my lives last season, then you know where that inside joke came from. But yeah, honey, I said Reba's back. I wasn't here for it, but okay. Yes. Oh no, you already know that I'm gonna be whacking Reba. So don't even worry. You know I got you. Yes, honey, a Reba jump scare. Okay, listen, I need a trigger warning or something. Same here. Reba and Muzzy in 1 month. Lord, I know. Oh no, you are not late. We just started. We are 2 minutes in. You said, girl, I sighed big and rolled my eyes, put the pizza in the oven while the TV was on mute. Thank you. Thank you so much. Reba in that wig was struggling. You said Reba had a Party City wig on. You said someone on Twitter said Reba had a second season housewife glow up. Oh, you said careful, Brooke. She might take your internet out again. Oh yeah, I remember that. Hey, Devonta Franklin, thank you for the super chat. This was the first episode. I'm already over it. I do not care for any of these ladies. It was background sounds while I scrolled on Facebook. Listen, I know that's right. Oh my gosh, you said you jumped. Okay, you jumped on my live ASAP. Thank you so much, friend. Let me tell y'all. Let's just get right on into it, y'all. I have a few thoughts, so just bear with me. We're not gonna go so in depth because you know what I'm saying. Beverly Hills isn't giving all that, but I still have a few things to say. So anyhow, we open up Beverly Hills with some opening shots. We see Erica washing her Porsche, trying to give us some sex appeal with that. We have Dorit on Rodeo Drive. I love Rodeo. What? Yes. So she was doing some shopping at Hermes. We see her with the Hermes shopping bags. She looks good. Now, one thing about Beverly Hills, I can always give the girls their 10s. They always have some of the best opening shots, in my opinion. Always. Like, hands down, Beverly Hills wins, right? So anyhow, now one of y'all is so petty. One of y'all noticed that they had reused that Hermes shopping bag because one of the bags was all bent. And I said they couldn't give you a fresh orange shopping bag, but okay. But baby, the way y'all are on it, honey, I said come through with the eagle eyes, honey. Because I looked and I said, wait, that Hermes bag was kind of bent up. I said, what's going on? I said, let me find out that Dorit's Amex no longer works, honey, and she had to, reuse and re-gift. Okay. So you said Dorit is so back. Okay. So anyhow, we have Bo's at home with her daughter. She has some nice desserts, and she's expecting Dorit over because they're still really good friends. So anyhow, we see Dorit knock on the door, and she comes bearing gifts. So Dorit says, I've come to your house so many times. You come over to my house so many times. I have yet to give you your birthday gift. Here it is. So the Hermes is for Bo's. We love to see it, even if the shopping bags are a bit bent up, okay? You said she bought the bags on eBay. So now, Bo's opens up the gift, and it is an Hermes throw. It's $2,000. Now, we love a good Hermes throw on the couch, on the bed. Like, it's a staple, right? I know that's right. That's a good gift. That is a good gift. Now, Dorit, I hope you gave her a gift receipt just in case she wants to change out the color. All right. I hope it wasn't a re-gift. Okay. But either way, it's Hermes. Nobody's going to turn down an Hermes throw. I know I'm not. Y'all are so petty. You said, that was in her closet for a while. So anyhow, we find out that over the course of the year, her and Bo's have grown super close. She says that Bo's is the first person that she'll call when she wakes up, whether it's some good news, bad news, Bo's is her girl. Now, here's what I'll say. I'm all for them getting close, but I just hope that this isn't a friendship where where it's like the Black girl is the listening ear and the therapist, right? Because too many times those dynamics try to appear in Black and, non-Black friendships, especially between women. Like the Black woman is the listening ear and the therapist. And, I just hope that if Bo's ever has problems, that she's able to call up Dorit and Dorit listens. So yes, I will maintain that I do think their friendship is cute, but I just hope that, yes, no, Jalen Malone, I agree, it is giving that. And I'm hopeful that it is not that. I really am hopeful. All right. So I just hope that it's not one-sided. I really hope that if both should have an issue, Dorit is a listening ear as well. Because if we talk about the race relations of it all, many times the non-Black friend will look at the Black friend as the therapist. And you got the wrong girl if you want that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the wrong girl for that. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Or the protector. Yes, honey. And I am nobody's protector. Okay. All right. Listen, yes, honey. Listen, baby, this is not Viola Davis. This is not The Help. Okay. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Never gave that and never will give that ever. All right. Yes, honey. It gives very much so. Okay. But, even despite it all, I'm happy to hear that their friendship is still strong. Okay. So Bose does point out that Dorit does leave very long voice notes. Like she'll leave her a 17-minute voice note. So now they start talking about the whole divorce between her and PK. Bose says, it's not okay. I see what's going on in the blogs. He has these pictures with him and this girl out on the street kissing. She says, when I saw that picture of PK kissing that Sheen wannabe of Dorit, I rolled my eyes and then I threw up a little bit. So Dorit says, when I saw that, I felt like that's it. I'm done with this man. I don't know this man. She said, and Bo says, the next day you filed. And Dorit says, no, I filed for divorce that day. I said, I know that's right. Now, are we surprised? PK has very low character. Word around the curve was he's always been a cheater, allegedly. So him pulling out all these antics now, being seen with women, he's purposely trying to get under Dorit's skin. So now Dorit says, the day after I filed for divorce, Jagger had a baseball game. We were both there. I couldn't even look at him, couldn't sit by him. I was disgusted by this man. So now Bose is asking if he sees the kids. And Dorit says, well, he travels a lot, but when he is in town, he'll pick them up and see them on Saturday night. Now, I have a hard time believing that PK is picking his kids on a Saturday night over being outside in the streets. Okay, I just doubt that. All right, I'm sorry, but PK gives me, in the words of Sexy Red, I'm looking for the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to be outside with Mauricio, like trying to be in some new cat. The last thing on his mind is thinking about those kids who are 11 and 9. Like, he could care less, like, in my opinion. Okay. Dorit is PK's second wife. Yes. Yeah, PK didn't see those kids when they were married. Exactly. Yes, he's always been outside. Exactly. So this whole thing about, he sees them on Saturday, I don't believe that. I don't. If anything, he sees them on Sunday when he's about to, before he leaves to go on another business trip, in my opinion. So now we find out that Dorit says, do you think when I checked that box off that I was going to file for joint custody? No. PK's response to my petition was to file for joint custody. I wasn't surprised that he would do that. Publicly, he wants to save face. Now, Dorit, one thing about it, we know that PK does not see those kids. Like, we know that whole thing is so phony. He wants to be petty and get back at you and not pay you that child support, right? We know good and damn well that PK is always out and about. He is dipping it and doing it. He does not have time to be with his kids, unfortunately, like a true deadbeat. And I'm so curious to know what his other kids think about him. Like, how is he as a father to them? Because PK has grown kids, I think my age, and they're grown. And he has his first wife. Like, I wish that they would tell the story about, how was PK as a father and a husband? Like, was he a deadbeat too? A mess. So anyhow, she says that, PK does not have that kind of time where he can have the kids 50% of the time. Like, that's a bold-faced lie. Like, I'm the one who sees those kids. He is not there. So she goes on to say that obviously when she filed, it was a big news. It was a big deal. And she says Kyle messaged her 4 days later after it happened. So Bo says, that would be disappointing to not use that moment to be like, I'm with you. So Dorit says that at the reunion, she was hopeful that her and Kyle had finally turned a corner. But unfortunately, she can't trust what comes out of Kyle's mouth. She can only trust her actions. She says Kyle had every chance to show me that we're back on track, but did she? No. So it's safe to say that Dorit and Kyle are still on shaky ground, and I'm not surprised. So now we cut to Kyle at home, and it's a cute little family scene with her and her daughters. I always say that all of her daughters are mini Kyles. They look and sound just like her. And I love the fact that she has 4 girls, like her and Teresa Giudice, like that. Listen, if I ever have kids, I would love to have 4 girls. Like, I've said that before, but yes, I love the fact that they have 4 daughters. Like, that is everything to me, right? So anyhow, we find out that only Sophia and Portia still live at home. She says that Mauricio moved out of his bachelor pad. He bought a new house in Beverly Hills. So she says that Portia spends the night at Mo's house sometimes, Sophia not so much. So it's clear that there's some tension between the daughters and Mauricio with them being split up. So now we see her other 2 daughters come to the house, Farrah and Alexia. We all know that Alexia just got married. So we're seeing them plan the wedding, right? So now Kyle says that she's excited that her daughter's getting married. She says that Alexia met Jake when she was in the 3rd grade. They became immediate best friends. It's a dream come true. So we have Alexia going over her wedding theme. She wants staged butterflies. Kyle's like, I don't know how I'm going to get that for you, but we'll try. So Kyle pulls out her wedding album and she says, Mauricio, your father was younger than you are now. He was 25 when we got married. Now, I'm not going to hold you. Despite Kyle getting on my nerves, I always get teary-eyed when I see the pictures of her and Mauricio when they were happily married. Like, I just feel so bad that this is what it's come to. And you can tell that every time like she brings it up or she looks up old pictures that she's emotional too. And I got a bit teary-eyed like when I saw the pictures of them on their wedding day. Like it's so sad. So now Alexia's asking if they're going to bring dates to the wedding. And Kyle says, well, I don't think so. So now Kyle's like, well, what will you do if Mauricio does show up with a date? So they're like, girl, we'll kill him if he does that. So now they bring up the paparazzi pictures of him last year. And Sophia says, yeah, I texted dad saying, you're doing the absolute most. So Kyle says, when I first saw the pictures, I was taken aback. I was shocked, but now I've become desensitized to it. Now, Kyle, I will say, I think it's a little bit not hypocritical, but I do find it to be funny that you were so hurt about the pictures of him kissing when you had Morgan Wade on display for a whole season. Like, let's not forget, season 13, you were gallivanting with Morgan. Y'all were taking trips. You were being photographed everywhere under the sun. You guys went to Mexico together. You guys there were pictures of you guys holding hands in Paris. You were in St. Barth, St. Tropez. You did a music video together of you guys kissing and fake scissoring on the camera. So I just don't know how fair it is for you to say how hurt you were when you saw the pictures of him. Because you were flaunting Morgan Wade in his face. I'm just saying. Yes, tattooed on her body. Exactly. Like, clock it. She was in that Tussie Cat. No, she sure was. You know what I'm saying? She was definitely flaunting. Yes, Kyle was giggling and kicking her feet. Preach. Why are we not talking about Morgan? Does she have Kyle on an NDA? Exactly. So, I'm just saying, like, Kyle, I understand that you're upset, but let's not act like you weren't out here having a good old time with Miss Morgan, honey, because you were. Just saying. Now that the whole thing has now gone bust, now you want to act like, oh, I'm hurt by Mauricio. But girl, when you thought that you and Morgan were going to scissor off into the sunset, it was a different story. So not too much about you being hurt about him being out and about. Just saying. Okay. Yes, getting very much so. It was definitely a Brazzers inspired music video for sure. Okay. So now she says that he is allowed to do what he wants, but she wished that he would be more discreet. Again, you weren't discreet with Morgan. You guys were on vacations together, music videos, tattoos together, so not too much. So now Portia says that she tells her friends all the time that her dad is being a hoe right now. They all laugh. Kyle's like, how do you say it? Do you just want to get it over with because they already know? And Portia says that when things first started going on, I was closed off about it, like it wasn't happening. But then after therapy, I learned to talk about the hard things. So now it's just whatever. So Kyle's like, that's super impressive. I love that. She says that Portia being the youngest daughter, she does have her moments where she breaks down. But now that she's 17, all her and all the rest of her daughters have something to say about Mauricio. Now, let me just say this. Kyle, the fact that your youngest daughter is more open about what's going on with you and her dad versus you, when you're the one who's on the show, you've been on this show now for 15 years. The fact that Portia's more open, that's a problem. The fact that Kyle is still being tight-lipped about what caused the divorce, she's still talking in circles. I find it to be pathetic. Kyle is the first one to crucify somebody for not being open about their lives. But the minute that, trouble has, darkened her doorstep, now she's tight-lipped. That's not how this works. Kyle, you are stretching this storyline out. It's been 3 seasons now of this separation between you and Mauricio, and we still don't know what's caused it and what's happened. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's so unfair. And if you're that, heartbroken about this, if you want to keep this so private, then it's time to get off of the show. But I think that it's unfair that your daughter is more open to talk about what happened than you are. Just my 2 cents. Yes, Kyle is definitely the biggest hypocrite out of all the housewives. Oh, I agree. I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Diamonds and Lip Gloss. Thank you for the super chat. Anybody leaving a 17-minute voicemail should be blocked. I'm screaming. Hey, the Eds page. Thank you for the super chat. Garcelle Bouvet single-handedly saved Beverly Hills, and the cast should be thanking her for the show still being on. Sutton messed up big time. I agree. Oh, and baby, the way I'm about to whack Miss Sutton, Strack, and Reba. Trust, okay? So now we get to Rachel Zoe. Rachel Zoe is the newest addition. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. When I first learned that Rachel was joining the show, I didn't think that Rachel had the chops for it, but she impressed me in this premiere episode. I said, Rachel, I'm here for her. I'm liking her storyline. She's open about her divorce and all the mess. I'm here for it. But we see Miss Rachel Zoe make her, her entrance. She says, there's nothing cute about me in a flat. Give me a 6-inch heel. I said, Rachel Zoe, we see each other. I don't do flats either. Only time I do a flat is sneakers at the gym, and that's it, honey. Give me a heel. Girl, I said, we are right here. She says that she's unapologetically herself. This is the happiest her. And we see her on her way to Kathy Hilton's house. So she says that you may or may not have remembered me from Bravo. I used to be on Bravo years ago. She had her show, The Rachel Zoe Project. And she says, Kathy Hilton and I have been friends for years. I was first friends with her daughter, Paris. And then I met Kathy when I was out shopping one day with Nikki. Paris and Nikki, we all know Nikki Hilton. So now we see Rachel at Kathy's house. And when I tell y'all, hold on, I know I get on the other girls for coming up empty-handed on the other franchises, but I noticed the Beverly Hills girls in this episode, they were also popping up empty-handed. Now, my Beverly Hills ladies, y'all really know better. Why are we going to the houses empty-handed? Like, I'm just saying, Rachel did it, Kathy did it, Kyle and Erica did it. I said, girl, again, what's going on? Like, we don't do that. Like, where is the wine? Where are the candles? Where is a flower, a gift box, something? But yeah, they definitely were popping up empty-handed. You said they know, they just don't care. That's also true too. So now she's at Kathy Hilton's house, and she's helping Kathy with her styling choices because Kathy's going to a wedding in Italy, I guess in a few days, right? So Kathy's showing, she has racks of clothes to show Rachel asking her what should she wear. So Rachel says that I get called in for fashion advice all the time. My friends get scared. I'm like, no, put this back. Don't wear that. Absolutely not. That's a chop. So she's showing Kathy her vintage Gucci bag. She wears it all the time to Europe. We find out about Rachel's backstory. She says that Tommy Hilfiger gave her first big styling job. She started off in the music industry. She worked for the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. She moved to LA in 2003. She got her first red carpet job with Jennifer Garner, and the rest was history. And we all know that back in the day, Rachel Zoe was that girl. Like, she was styling everybody. So now we find out that in 2011, she started her own media business, a clothing line, all that good stuff. She says that she has 40 different licensing extensions that she's working on. So again, Rachel Zoe is making a good coin. She has a clothing line. She has, I believe she has bedding. She has a lot. So Miss Mamas is paid. So anyhow, she says that Kathy's asking her, can you believe that summer is here? Rachel says, well, summer doesn't feel like summer until my kids are all settled. One son is going to France for 2 weeks. The other is going to sleepaway camp. Then we have the Hamptons. And then and now we have Kathy asking if the kids are with Rachel's ex-husband or estranged husband, Roger. So Rachel says, yeah, they're going to be with him for 3 days. And Kathy's like, well, how is it going? Rachel says, it's going. She says, I'm trying to see him as a friend, but I'm not there yet. We find out that her and Roger were married for 26 years, together for 33 years. She says that we were together for 18 years before we had kids. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't even realize that they didn't have kids until really late into their marriage. So she says, after you have kids, things change. She says, we just outgrew each other. So now Kathy's like, if I can be of any assistance, of any help to you, I'm always here for you. And Rachel says, yes, styling and therapy. So now we cut to Kyle at home. She's getting ready to go out and Erica comes over. Now I have to say, Erica and Kyle both looked really good in this scene. They both look super chic. I loved Erica's outfit. I said one thing about the Beverly Hills girls, no matter how you feel about them, the girls can dress. The girls can dress. So we have, they're, catching up. Erica's talking about how her show in London was great. She had a great time performing. And now Erica says, today we get to catch up with Sutton. So Erica says that I have yet to meet Reba, Sutton's mother. I know you have. And Kyle says, yes, Reba's very Southern. And it explains a lot about why Sutton is the way she is. So now we cut to Sutton. She's at home and she's with her party planner, Nick. They're setting up for a nice luncheon at the house. So we see, now mind you, I don't know why this had me laughing so hard, but when they cut to Reba on the piano, I said, look at Reba acting like it's her house, like she's queen of the castle. I said, look at her playing the piano. I said, child, listen, don't get me started on Miss Reba because the way I'm about to go in, but I just said Reba was acting like that was her home in Bel Air on that piano. I don't know why that just pissed me off, but it did. I don't know why. But it just, for some reason, I said, girl, you are just so nasty. But anyhow, I digress. So now, Sutton says that her son, James, is graduating from high school, and that's why Reba is here, for moral support. So now, Sutton says, since the Augusta trip, her and her mom they're getting along so much better than ever now. They talk a lot more. They're so much happier and so grateful. So now we see Kyle and Erica are on their way to Sutton's house. And I also peeped that Kyle also has a Porsche now. So pretty much her and Erica have the same Porsche. Like they look the exact same. You said all thanks to Garcelle. Baby, listen, wait, hold on. You guys are right. Because without Garcelle to facilitate the relationship, her and her mom would still be on the outs. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That is so true. She better thank Garcelle for that. She better. Yeah, no, that she owes Garcelle a lot. Sutton, you owe her an apology. You owe her a gift basket, a gift box, a Neiman's gift card, a Saks gift card, a dinner, a spa day. You owe Ms. Garcelle Bouvet a lot because not only did she have your back, but she always fought your battles and she got you right with your mother. You and your mom always had a horrible relationship and she fixed that up for you. So yeah, Sutton, I'm going to be wearing you and Reba out, just so you know. Yeah, she's very ungrateful. Exactly. They need to cut Garcelle a check. Oh, absolutely. Yes, honey, her whole Beverly Hills salary. Exactly. You said Reba sang a different tune with both Kyla and Erica. Interesting. Oh, no, it's not interesting. We know why. And you know what's really crazy to me? They greeted Reba empty-handed and Reba gave them a big old hug and kiss. But Garcelle gave her a gift from Saks, a brand new silk scarf that was $500. And Reba was like, is this real? What is this? Are you going to take it back? Reba was so nasty. Didn't even hug Garcelle. We know, and we know why. We know why. Hey, Housewives lover, thank you for the super chat. They're still playing victim about Garcelle. Cut her a check, please. I agree. Okay. Okay. Listen, honey. We're going to get into Miss Reba in just a second. Hold on. Just hold on. So anyhow, they all come, Erica and Kyle arrived to Sutton's, and they both realized that they forgot to bring a hostess gift for Sutton. So Kyle's like, well, yeah, I told you to grab the gift off of the table before we left. So then Erica's like, you know what? It's fine. It is what it is. We forgot the gift, but whatever. I said, if we're being really honest, the real gag is Sutton is so desperate for your friendship and validation. It doesn't matter if you guys came empty-handed. Y'all could come with a pile of you know what and bring it to her doorstep, and she would welcome you with open arms. That's how much Sutton wants to be in your presence. So in this case, I said, y'all already knew that you weren't going to bring her a hostess gift because y'all know that your gift is the present when it comes to Sutton. Sutton wants to be around y'all so bad. Like, she's happy that you guys are there. So miss me with all that. Oh, we forgot to bring a gift. Like, I'm so embarrassed. You guys weren't embarrassed. You probably didn't even bring her a gift in the first place. Just saying. Yes, they know it. They do know it. I'm almost glad that Erica left those gifts home. Sutton doesn't deserve it. Okay. So anyhow, we have Erica and Kyle walk into the house. Sutton is so happy to see them. They say hi to Reba. Reba's pleasant. Now, again, where was all this energy when Garcelle reached to give you a hug, Reba? Reba, you were so dry. Face was all twisted up. Looking all surly and just flat out rude and nasty. But now when it comes to Erica and Kyle, big smiles and a big old hug and a double kiss on the cheek. I said, oh, okay, girl, I have your number. Reba, it's going to be you and I for the entire episode. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. Exactly. There were no pleasantries with Garcelle at all. So now Sutton says, Erica and I have been through a lot over these 5 years. We're both guarded for good reasons. So Sutton's like, well, I'm happy to see y'all. Erica says, same here. And Kyle immediately points out that Avi is nowhere to be found. Now, one thing about it, when it comes to Sutton, Kyle will never miss the opportunity to shade Sutton or point out what's wrong in Sutton's life. I said, damn, you just got to this lady's house. You guys have barely sat down, and that's the first thing out of your mouth. But you know what, though? I can't even be mad. I don't like Sutton, so I'm here for it. I said, you know what, Kyle? Whack her again. Get her for me. So anyhow, Sutton reveals that she's let Avi go. So they're both like, wait, what? What happened? So Sutton says, well, nothing really happened. There was no drama. I loved him. He made me laugh so hard. I've known him for a while. Avi has seen a lot. He's seen me married. He saw me when I got divorced. He was a very close friend. So now Erica's asking if they left on good terms. And Sutton says, well, I thought so, but things get complicated. So now Kyle says, I was shocked to hear this about this breakup with her and Avi, but let's be real. Sutton was very hard on him. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't believe a word coming out of Sutton's mouth. I think that Sutton is a Karen. I think that Sutton is also a coward. She can't own up to when she's wrong. I don't like the fact that she wants to beat around the bush about why Avi left. You know good and damn well that you did that man wrong. First of all, Sutton, I clocked you several seasons ago, season 12, I believe. I already said that I didn't like the way you spoke to him. The way you spoke to Avi was disrespectful. I said it on several occasions that if I were Avi, I would have cursed you out and I would have quit. Because I don't care who it is. You are not going to talk to me crazy. I don't care. Like that is one thing about me. You will not talk to me any old way. And the way you spoke to him, I was never here for it. And some of y'all argued me down saying, no, that's just Sutton's way. She's just being funny. You don't understand Sutton. And I said, no, I don't find it to be funny in the least bit. It's rude. It's rude. Very entitled. The way she would bark orders at him, I didn't like that at all. And then she would always threaten to fire him. Who does that? That's not a funny joke. To always dangle the carrot of, well, if you don't do this right, I'll fire you. It was always that. I didn't like her tone. Yes, she was very rude to him. Crystal was spot on. Yeah, no, Crystal was spot on about Sutton. She had her number from the beginning. I never. Yes, no, honey, my face getting so oily. I had to just, dab my face. But no, Reba and Sutton both have me getting pissed off already. Okay? She treated Avi the way she was treated. Yeah, I was not here for, I never liked the way she spoke to Avi, ever, never. So anyhow, we have Sutton talking about, well, I honestly don't really need a personal assistant. I said, girl, yes, you do. But because he's gone, now you want to say, well, I actually don't need any help. Stop it. So now even Erica calls out the BS. She says Sutton's being evasive, and I get it. She's, she lost a friend, and I get it. So now Sutton says, a friend that I've lost, that's the hard part. So of course, Garcelle gets brought up. So Erica's like, what happened with Garcelle? Will she speak to you at all? And Sutton's like, no. So now Kyle's like, yeah, I was confused about that. I even reached out to her and nothing. So Erica says, yeah, she unfollowed me and I unfollowed her right back. So now Sutton says, yeah, I had to find out from the press that she had unfollowed me. So let me just say this. I had my critiques of Garcelle when she was on the show. I have my critiques of Garcelle at this reunion. I still stand 10 toes down and everything that I said about Garcelle. But when it comes to this situation, for them to sit here and act like they are confused and do not understand why Garcelle gave them her ass to kiss, that is what we're not going to do. You all played in Garcelle's face at this reunion. Gaslit her. Sutton, you did not have Garcelle's back. Garcelle would go to war with you, go to war for you. She would go to bat for you, and you let her down. Garcelle confronted you before the reunion in the episode before the finale, when she said, I'm confused as to why you keep trying with people who don't like you when I've been your good friend for over 5 years now. I feel like I'm a placeholder friend while you chase after folks who don't like you. What is that about? And Sutton, you sat there and looked your friend in the eyes and played stupid. At that reunion, when they had already just given Garcelle their behinds to kiss, when she walked off of that stage and said, F everybody, that was your chance to run after her and say, girl, I got you. Instead, you stood there and said, oh, I don't know what that's about. And you want to toast the champagne with everybody else. You had Erica in your face saying, yeah, girl, you get beat up every year. You come back for more. And you were smiling like the true desperado that you are. Girl, stop. You brought this on yourself because you could say what you want, but Garcelle stood 10 toes down for you every single season. You had nobody. Nobody ever saw it for you, Sutton, and they still don't see it for you. They always viewed you as the weirdo, awkward, old-fashioned, old-timey, very much like dinner at 5 p.m. They always viewed you as the awkward grandma of the group. They don't see it for you. They don't. And Garcelle really stuck her neck out on the line for you. And for you to repay her in that way by not going after her when she left, for you not to have her back at that reunion, you stayed silent. That's why she's not speaking to you. What aren't you getting? I will not allow you to sit here and play this Karen act and act like you are confused, like, oh, Garcelle did something to me. I'm not going to do this with you, Sutton. You did your friend wrong. You left her out to dry after she's had your back countless times. And Kyle and Erica, don't you even dare act confused as to why Garcelle stopped speaking to you. Erica, you sat up here and shaded that lady on live TV, making a dig about her house not being in Malibu. Her house is in somewhere else. You have sat there and ran your mouth. You've called her boring in so many ways. You have truly gone after Garcelle. So don't you ever twist your mouth to act confused as to why Garcelle paid you dust and unfollowed you off of Instagram. And Kyle, the way as nasty as you were to Garcelle, and now you want to sit there and act, well, I reached out to her. Why didn't she reach back out to me? You guys all sounded ridiculous in this scene playing dumb. But Sutton, don't you ever get beside yourself and act confused or play this whole dumb act about why Garcelle stopped speaking to you. You left your friend for dead. Let's call it what it is. You were not a good friend to her. You used Garcelle because that was all you had when you had nobody else. But when you thought you could move on to greener pastures and be with the cool girls, it was okay, girl, bye. Like, you were cute. You were a placeholder friend. That's what Garcelle was to you. It's a hot mess. And I'm going to be here for Kyle and everybody else whacking you and treating you like nothing for the remainder of this season. Because be clear, Sutton, they will never view you as that girl. It doesn't matter that you have a lot of money. They don't view you as that girl. They don't. Because unfortunately, sis, in your case, it's not on you, it's in you. And it's never been in you. Respectfully. They don't view you as the cool girl, and they never will. And even though Garcelle is gone, you're still not going to gain entry into the cool girl club, just so we're clear. And no offenses, but the way this season is about to be set up, from what I saw in the trailer, you got maybe like 2 seconds of airtime in that trailer. So it's giving that this is going to be your last season, respectfully. So if I were you, I would just, take it all in and be happy with this season, because I don't see you coming back. Just saying. Garcelle was your lifeline, just so we're clear. Okay. I had to get that off of my chest. All right. But anyhow, Kathy comes over. And I thought it was hilarious at how Reba welcomed Kathy with open arms, okay? She was here. She was here for Miss Kathy Hilton. So anyhow, it's time for them to go outside and have some lunch. So Kathy says, I want to propose a toast to Reba. She says, welcome to LA. And Reba says, thank you. Now, I don't know why Reba had to be here at this lunch. Again, I don't need to see Reba. Her being at the head of the table, why? Like, they could have had Reba's lunch in the kitchen, off camera, with the producers, respectfully. I didn't need to see Reba at the head of this table on camera, respectfully. Okay? All right? You said Reba's a social climber just like her daughter. Clock it. She was good and proud at that table. You says because she's the oldest. Then condoning her behavior from last season. I know. I wasn't here for it. So anyhow, we get some news that Sutton's ex-husband, Christian, has asked the Catholic Church to annul their marriage. She says that she received a letter from the Catholic Church saying that her ex-husband wants to annul the marriage. And it happened. The Catholic Church has now eradicated her marriage, right? She says, when I spoke to him about it, he told me that this would make us better friends. She says that the letter came to her address as Sutton Brown, her maiden name. I said, wait, okay, listen. Why did I say the same thing? I said, do you know the hate that somebody has to have in their heart for them to want to annul a marriage, call the church up to get the marriage annulled. And they were married for a good chunk of time. They were married for 17 years. And he wants to annul a 17-year marriage. I said, my God. I said, you know what? There might be something to it. Like the fact that people cannot stand Sutton to this extent. I'm like, my God. My goodness. He's mad. She still talks about him for real. A mess. I said, damn, like, girl. Yeah, and 3 kids together, and he wants to annul the marriage. So now Erica says, ooh, that's disrespectful. So now Reba says he wants to send a message that you don't matter. So Erica says, yes, Reba is correct. So now Sutton says, we were married for 17 years. He wants to have this control. He wants to take my name away from me. So now you have Reba asking, does this mean that the children are bastards? I was just like, Reba, time and place. Did you have to say that on camera? I said, I don't know. Her mom gives me straight narc behavior. Like, that was kind of mean for you to even ask that. Like, why would you say that? Like, they were all uncomfortable when she said that. I just said, Reba, why would you, like, it was too much. I thought that was nasty for her to say that. Yes, their grandmother said that on national television. She said that. I said, Reba, yes, it's like, Reba, read the room. Exactly. I thought that was really nasty for her to even say that. So now Sutton says, no, the children are legitimate. Like, that's fine. So now Kyle says, that whole thing is so stupid anyway. So Kyle changes the topic and she says, well, anyhow, I'm going to have a summer solstice. Welcome to summer party next Monday. Everybody will be there. So now she brings up Dorit and Dorit's divorce filing. She says that, we've had our ups and downs last year, but last year was a new low. She says, hopefully things get better between me and Dorit. So Erica says, I think that PK is going to be really hard on her. Divorce brings out the worst on everybody. So Reba says, there's no question about that. He's a loser. Now, I was confused. Why was Kathy cutting her hat at the table? Again, I've grown a bit tired of Kathy's antics. This whole, Kathy's just quirky and eccentric and has ADHD. I always feel like Kathy is putting on. I think that Kathy is addicted to the laughs that she got when she first joined as a friend of the whole who is hunky dory and all that stuff. And now she wants to continue with the whole goofy shtick, but I'm just not here for it because I don't understand why she was cutting her hat at the table. Like, what are we doing here? Yes, it's very attention seeking, very much so. I think she had a thread hanging or something. I didn't see any thread hanging. And also, if you did have a thread hanging, wouldn't you take the hat off and just cut it right there, like discreetly under the table? Why do you need to hold onto the hat at the table and then have a scissor where you can't see the thread? And I don't know. She's putting on like Shannon. I agree. Quirky for camera time. Yes. It's a whole ditzy act. Where did she get the scissors from? I thought the same thing too. Very much so. Mary is quirky naturally. Kathy tries to force it. I agree. Yes, then the jeans out in yes. Kathy didn't act ditzy on LaToya Jackson's reality show. I remember that. So now she says, Sutton says, the picture of PK kissing that woman was intentional. I believe that he's going to be really nasty throughout this process. So Kyle's like, well, not defending PK, but I don't think that he knew the picture was being taken. Kyle, you just can't help yourself. You obviously have some lingering beef with Dorit because why are we even trying to give PK the benefit of the doubt? First of all, girl, where was your benefit of the doubt when it came to your soon-to-be ex-husband with the pictures that dropped of him kissing somebody else at the airport? You were like, why would you do that? Folks are watching us. Why, we're public figures. So now all of a sudden, you have all this understanding for PK. Kyle continues to piss me off. She loves to be a contrarian when it comes to Dorit, and it drives me insane. The same way she was up in arms, crying, screaming, wailing for 40 days and 40 nights when Mauricio's pictures came out, you should have that same smoke and energy for PK. Just saying. So now, Reba jumps in and says, I wouldn't kiss PK. I find him to be very unattractive. So now Sutton says, my mom and I don't agree on much, but we don't want to kiss PK ever. Now, Sutton, I'm going to just say this, right? When PK jumps back, when he claps back at you and your mama, I don't want to see you crying, because you made a joke about him being unattractive a few seasons ago and he tore your behind up and you were crying. So, girl, I just hope that you and Reba are prepared when he gets back at you and says something like, you and your mom couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole, respectfully. Like, I wouldn't kiss, like, I'd rather jump off, I'd rather do a lot before I ever kiss you or your mama, respectfully. So I just hope that when he claps back, I hope it's not any tears and crying. I'm just saying. You have me screaming. You have me screaming so hard. One of y'all has me screaming so hard in the chat. Y'all have me screaming in the chat. Yeah, PK does read. PK does read, honey. He reads down. So I hope she's ready when he claps back. So I don't even like PK, but I'm just not here for Sutton or Miss Reba. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, when PK gets back at both her and her mama, I don't want to hear any tears. So now we get to, Sutton goes on to ask Kyle if she still talks to PK. Kyle says no. Now, do I believe it? No. I feel like the way Kyle hesitated to answer that question, I believe that her and PK are still in communication. So now we cut back to Rachel Zoe. Rachel Zoe is at home. Beautiful house. Now, does Rachel Zoe lives close to Sutton and Kathy Hilton, right? Because it looks like Rachel Zoe is in Bel Air. Bel Air, Beverly Hills, they're right next to each other, both gorgeous. So, please, like, Beverly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go wrong with either one. But Rachel's home is stunning. So Rachel's making food for her son. The producer's asking if she misses having a man in her home, and she says no. So she says, with her relationship with her ex, there are a lot of reasons why their marriage went south. She says her biggest regret was them working together. Recipe for disaster, lines got crossed. Ultimately, he did not make me feel right. He didn't feel right around me or my kids. And now she starts crying. So for this is just me and my opinion. For all the married folks, all the experts, just jump in the chat and let me know what you guys think. I'm just giving my opinion as a single girl. But yes, I know I'm being proven right. Again, I know you already know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. I've never thought that was a good idea for husbands and wives to work together. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster for several reasons, especially when the woman is the star. It's no shade. But Rachel Zoe was the breadwinner in that marriage. Like, she was the face, she was a star. Roger worked for her. I when her show was on, like early on Bravo, I remember thinking like, and I was like a teenager when that show came on. So I was like, I don't think this is gonna work out. Like, I saw the warning signs then, but I feel like husbands and wives being in business together, that's a recipe for disaster. It really is. And especially in entertainment, especially in the entertainment industry. I don't know. There's something about it. And also personally for me, I don't want my man to be like in my business. Like we need to have separate lives when it, like, I don't, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a recipe for disaster. And this whole thing about her and her husband, Roger, I just don't think that I'm not surprised that it didn't work. Yes, every franchise has me talking about marrying down. It's true. But I feel like it happens on every single franchise. We're always seeing it happen. And it's always the same thing. It's disaster. And you know what? Hold on. Do you mind if I just segue quickly into Candy and Todd for like 2 seconds? Just give me a minute. We go around and around the mulberry bush over here, right? But yesterday, Ebony K. Williams went on Carlos King's channel and they're talking about Candy and Todd's divorce. And I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, people were mad at Ebony because she said, I'm a rich woman. I need to date a man who is richer than I am. And I was like, girl, we see each other. And folks were mad at her for saying that. She famously said, no, I would not date or marry a bus driver. And you have so many black women upset with her, but that is the truth. You cannot marry or date down. You just can't. And now you have folks circling the block now saying, you know what, Ebony, I'm sorry, you were right. So listen, y'all, I don't mean to get off topic, but it just does not work. It does not. I've gotten so many emails from y'all telling me, thank you, Brooke, because you've helped me out by saying that. It does not work. Some of y'all have tried it. You've either dated down. It was horrible. It was a disaster. You married down. You're getting a divorce now. Y'all, please save yourself pain, heartache, divorce lawyers. Just don't do it in the first place. And look at Rachel Zoe. She's now a part of the growing list of women who've married down. And now look what's happened. A hot mess. Okay? Child. Yes, honey, they were so mad at her. You said it's been a hard week. Baby, they were so mad at Ebony K. Williams. You had Iyanla Van Zant talk about, why would you say that? Who do you think you are? And you know how I feel about Iyanla. Iyanla makes for some good TV, but when it comes to dating advice, whatever she's telling you, do the complete opposite. Respectfully. Honey, a mess. Brooke saved me from being with a bum. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Oh my God. God is good. God is good. Listen, y'all, I will not steer you wrong. Please. Oh, honey, one of the biggest pick-me's at her old age, in her 70s, telling women to go with anybody. A mess. Oh, yes, honey, we see each other. Yeah, you said fixing whose life? Not mine. Exactly. It's true. Listen, y'all, let me not get off topic, but no, it's very true. Oh, okay. And we're going to talk about them. Just hold on, because you know how I feel about that. And she was getting mad at the reunion saying, oh, yeah, all these folks saying that, they don't like our relationship. And like, I can't believe that. And mind your business. I said, okay, girl, we're trying to help you out. But don't worry. We'll be talking about them in a few minutes, because that scene with them, I said, okay, honey, the way I rolled my eyes so hard, I said, a mess. Yes, Iyanla said that she would be with a bus driver. We know she would. Listen, we'll be here all day talking about Miss Iyanla. A mess. She sure didn't fix the Braxtons, Yes, honey, don't get me started. Listen, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Child, a mess. So anyhow, Rachel Zoe is asking her son what he's most excited for about the summer. He says sleepaway camp. So now she's asking if he's okay with being with their dad before he goes away. And he says, as long as I get to see you in the morning, though. She says, of course. So she says that the relationship with their dad is tricky. And now her son says, divorces are rough, but I like him. He's still my dad. So now Rachel says that her sons do question, why does Roger do the things that he, does? Why does he spend more time with his new girlfriend than he does with his kids? Rachel, girl, I know it has to be painful knowing that you are funding this man's life with his new woman. I know it has to be painful. I know it does. I know it must piss you off every day that you have to write a check for this man and his new, that's the price that you pay when you marry down. So a hot mess. So anyhow, she's asking her son if he likes girls. He says, my hormones haven't kicked in yet. Quick side note, her son is so emotionally intelligent at 11 years old. Like, he seems like such a sweetheart, like just adorable. Their whole relationship is just too cute. I said, oh, I love that. Just love it. Like, just too cute. So anyhow, she says Rachel says Roger has had the same girlfriend for a year now, and the kids have known about her for 10 months. So the producer's like, so does that mean that he got a girlfriend right after you guys separated? And Rachel was just like, you know what, child, you do the math. When I tell you, you can tell that Rachel is still in pain about this. And I'm not going to hold you. I would not be surprised if he had that girlfriend before they got separated, because that's usually how that happens. Again, I don't mean to be preachy. I don't mean to get off topic, but I just feel like it has to be said. Please, y'all, for the women out there, I don't care where you fall on the socioeconomic ladder. If you make $70,000, the man needs to be making 75. He needs to make 71. Whatever you make, he needs to make more. So if you make 50, he needs to make 51 and up. If you make 100, he needs to make 101 and up. If you make 200, some of y'all are doctors, some of y'all are engineers, some of y'all have written me in the DM saying that you drive a G-Wagon. If some of y'all are clearing 650, some of y'all are clearing $1 million. Like, I have a lot of y'all are doing well for yourselves. If you make $1 million, he needs to make $1 million and one. If you make 750, he needs to make 750 and one. Like, there's just really no other way to say it. I don't know how many ways I can say it. I feel like I'm saying it until I'm blue in the face. I'm just saying, whatever you make, if you make 80, he needs to make 81. Y'all need to, and then some of y'all say, well, no, I see some of y'all saying, well, I don't know how realistic that is. But my thing is, though, I feel like it's not realistic if you are stuck on he has to be a certain race, then good luck to that. I feel like, please open the net, cast your nets wide. There are handsome, attractive men of all races. I'm just saying, if he has to be a certain race, then you know what? God bless you. I'm just saying. And the girls want to fight. The girls want to fight me, but I'm just like, if you are stuck on one race, you're going to have a hard time. If you're open, please, y'all, just listen. Be strategic. When you step out the house, look good. Keep yourself up. Like, folks get mad when you say that. Like, all right, let me be quiet before I really get in trouble. I'm just saying, help yourself. Okay. Cast the nets wide. Y'all, God bless everybody. Okay. You said it is realistic. My husband makes 20,000 more than me, especially if he's blue collar. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Brooke, you should do a style video, by the way, because I took your advice about looking good at the gym. Yes. Yes. Child, put a, listen, child, let me listen. Folks get mad when you tell them to step out the house looking nice. That's very controversial in these parts. In this day and age, if you say look nice when you leave the house, you're mad. So let's just move on, child. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Yeah, some of the girls are thinking too small. Exactly. I'm just trying to save the people, child. You know? Hey Lloyd J, thank you for the super chat. You know, racist Reba probably had plenty to say about Garcelle, but it didn't make the edit. Oh, you know it. She probably got off that piano saying a whole bunch of mess. You know it. Hey, Housewives lover, thank you for the super chat. In the words of the iconic Brooke Ashley, Keely was showing all 32 teeth on camera. He sure was. Smile from sea to shining sea, honey. He was smiling. Why? Hey, the Capricorn, Garcelle is still living rent-free in their heads. Oh, she is. The whole episode is about Garcelle. Okay? Oh, it's very controversial. Honey, it's very controversial to say that nowadays. You can't tell folks anything, honey. Folks will ask for advice and then get mad when you give them advice that is worth a damn. So let's just move on, okay? No, of course. Listen, that's not what I'm saying. No. The important thing is to vet every man, because men are still men, white, black, green, yellow, orange, red, right? You have to vet and do your due diligence, because you have losers in every race. I'm not saying that there aren't losers or bums in every race. There are. I'm just saying that if you are so hell-bent on he has to be a certain race, you might be closing yourself out on finding love. That's what I'm saying. But yes, definitely vet every man that you come across, because again, there are bums and leeches and users and opportunists in every race. Every race has bums. So, okay. So, let me just. Yes, it's all men that need to be vetted. Yes, that's what I said. Exactly. But don't close yourself off. That's all I'm saying. So, child. Now, bougie girl, you're in my head. You're in my. We share the same brain. Hey, Florida Rain, thank you for the super chat. It really doesn't sit right with me that a woman has to pay a man after a divorce. It doesn't sit right with me either. It vexes my spirit when I hear of these tragic tales, especially after said man was cheating. It's just baffling. It's shameful. It is shameful. It is truly shameful. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. And that's why Rachel is so devastated, because it's like, damn, like I gave this man 33 years of my life. We worked together and he's going to do me like this. For him to do me like this, that's painful. Hopefully she has a prenup like Candy. I hope so. I really hope so. Just a mess, y'all. Yes, okay, so yeah, you new here. Are you that troll from 2 weeks ago who keeps popping up with a different username? No, it is okay for women to ask for huge divorce payouts, because women bear the children, sir. Women raise the children. So yeah, it is. The way patriarchy is set up, the whole system is set up for men to succeed and make more than women. Women get paid 83 cents to every man's dollar. The whole system is designed for you all to win. So yes, it is okay when women ask for huge divorce payouts. Stop. Please stop. Jameer, please. Like, we're not even doing this. Listen, exposing himself. Exactly. Jameer, come out. Yes. Honey, these trolls are all a part of the scheme that Todd set up. Exactly. Yes, honey. Listen, like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? The whole system is designed for men to make more money. Like, what are we saying here? Women carry babies for 9 months. They go through all that trauma and pain, and you talk about, oh, we're not doing this. You obviously weren't raised right. Stop, because I'm about to get really nasty. So he better be out of this chat. Just talking stupid. Stop. Yes, honey. The trolls are really out to play. Listen. Oh yeah. You know he told. You know he's good and broke. You know. Only bums talk like that. A mess. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about here? Stop it. Stop. Thank you, Jameer. I appreciate you. Yes, and it's 83 cents for white women. Other races make even less. Oh, you're right. I think for black women, it's what, 73 cents on the dollar? So what are we talking about here? A hit dog hollering. Oh, yes, you know it. A mess. I'm not doing this with you in his mama's basement with Cheetos stained fingers. Exactly. We are not doing this tonight. I'm not doing this because I'm noticing that every time we get to this conversation, there's been some bums coming on in the chat lately. I think it might be him. That might be his 4th username, because he came back the other chat. Now he's back again. That's probably the same one. Child, yeah, he was bold and not behind an anonymous account, at least. Exactly. A mess. Child, listen, honey, sweep out the dust, honey. A mess. So anyhow, you know, again, I really did enjoy the scene with Rachel and her son. He seems such a sweetheart. You said not Rachel's husband on a burner account, busted, broke, and belligerent. Okay. Thank you. Say this again. A real man would never ask women for spousal support of any kind because their role is to be the provider and protector of the family. Exactly. So, can I pin your comment, please? Thank you. A mess. I wonder how they know when they're on. Because you know what? They have their notifications on. They have the notification bell on, honey. They probably are tuned in to whenever I go live. They're the first ones in the chat. Weirdos. Child, you said you can't come for Brooke if you are bold. You are bald. At least get a wig first. I love it when the chat got some sense. Same here. My whole thing is this, like, stop it. You're a grown man. You're a grown man on this chat talking stupid. Like, where is your job, sir? Get a job. You argue with me about what women deserve. Or stop. You know, stop. Like, stop. It's a hard week for bums this week. Yes, honey, stop it. Get some help. Exactly. Their bum senses go off. Who hurt you, sir? Okay. Listen, I'm just like, the audacity of it all. Now, if he comes back in this chat, let me know. So Jameer will kick him out again. So anyhow, now, Maurice, I'm just saying, if you are going to come back with a new account, just make sure to be quiet this time. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Just a mess. So anyhow, we have Erica and Bose at dinner. You know, this scene, I thought it was okay. You have Bose. They're talking about making small talk, catching up. Erica says, you know what's so interesting about life? I got the offer to do the Mighty Hoopla show in London. I'm in my dressing room. I hear the fans screaming my name right before I go out. And then my phone starts blowing up and I see that it's Tom, her ex-husband, sentenced to prison. She says that he looks so vacant, not like the man that I was married to. Never in my life did I think I'd be married to somebody who was going to prison. So Erica says his journey is ending and mine is still going. Now, I have to say, I cackled at that. I said, nah, she already said, this man's about to tip on out. He's about to, pass away soon, but I still have some life in me. Erica said, yes, honey, that life insurance is about to, it's about to hit, and I still have a cute 40 more years, and I still got a few more years left, like I'm still kicking, okay? So now she says a part of her wants to say goodbye, but what does that do? Now, honestly, I'm tired of hearing about Tom. Tom Girardi and this whole thing was 5 seasons ago. We don't care. Respectfully, this man was a con artist. He was a thief, a liar, a fraud. Nobody has any sympathy for him. And we damn sure don't want to hear about you wanting to visit him or feeling sorry for him. He does not deserve any sympathy. What your ex-husband did was low down. That was traumatizing. He devastated so many people. So no, girl, we don't have any sympathy about you and Tom. We don't care. So stop bringing Tom Girardi up. So now, Erica says that it's not easy to shake it off. And Bo says, well, that's why it's time for you to get busy. So she says, I saw those rumors. And now we see that, there were some rumors about Erica having a cute little fling hookup with another much younger Bravo star. So now Erica says, was there some heavy flirting? Yes, but nothing worth reporting back on. So now the producer's like, set the record straight. And Erica says, don't worry about it. Now, I said, not the same woman who was badgering Garcelle about her love life. Erica, you kept calling Garcelle boring because Garcelle she wasn't dating anybody. There was no hookups, no romance. And her, while she was on the show, you kept pressing her about her love life. And you even said, girl, the day I start, going out with men, I'll be talking about it, I'll share with you guys. So now it's been reported that you did hook up with somebody and now you want to be all tight-lipped about it. The same woman who was badgering Garcelle about being boring, but yet you don't want to disclose your business. Got it. I wasn't here for that. So now, Bose goes on to ask about the other women in the group. And Erica says, yes, I went to Sutton's house yesterday. She had a luncheon. Her mom, Reba, was there, unfortunately. So now Bose wants to know if she talked about Avi. And Erica says, yes, she did. So now, Bose says, one thing about Sutton, her close relationships disintegrate. We get to the reunion and she's sitting up like a church mouse. I can't trust somebody like that. Now, Bose, if you've watched the show, then you know that that's generally how Sutton is. Sutton has a lot to say in that confessional, but when it comes to that reunion, she folds. So that wasn't a surprise. So now, Erica says that bottom line, Sutton has very little friends in this group, and it's her turn to be transparent in this group. That's pretty much Erica's way of saying it without saying it, that Sutton is on the chopping block of being fired. Like, if she doesn't step it up, then she will be iced out and she'll be off of the show. So now Bose says, like I said, will the real Slim Sutton please stand up? So now Erica throws some shade and says, I wouldn't say slim is the word for Sutton. I would say more like box. I was like, damn. I said, Sutton, this is what I'm talking about. The girls don't see it for you. They will never see it for you. Baby, when Erica said box, I said, damn. I said, damn. I wrote in my notes, I said, damn. I said, let's just keep on scrolling. I said, damn. I said, damn. We're going to keep on scrolling, honey. Because So let's just keep on moving, child. I said, child, let's just keep on going. So now, it is. Oh, so now it's the day of Kyle's summer solstice party. Everybody's getting ready. We see Sutton in her glam room with her makeup squad, and she FaceTimes Kyle. So Sutton says she had a busy morning. She dropped off her son James to the airport for his European trip. And Kyle's asking how she feels about seeing Dorit at the party. So Sutton says, I don't hold on to things. If she does have a problem with me, she can talk to me. I'm open. So Sutton says, I don't want to cause any problems for Dorit. I don't want to cause any drama for her. She says, I'm going to be on my very best behavior. Now, Sutton, if we're being honest, the reason why you don't hold on to things is not because you're so forgiving. It's because Dorit is one of the cool girls of the show and you want to be in. You've always wanted to be in with Kyle, Dorit, and Erica. Like, let's be so honest. So you're willing, the fact that you no longer have a buffer, you no longer have a friend, you know that you are the odd woman out. So it would be in your best interest to be on Dorit's good side, if we're being honest. Like, again, like, we can be honest here. You're not that forgiving of a person. You just want to stay on the show and you want to be in the in crowd. That's it. Yes, they don't like her. I don't know why it's not sinking in. It does sink in. She just wants to. Sutton is the example of she wants to force her way into the group. Like, there are desperate people like that. I've come across people like that where they know that people don't like them, but they're going to force somebody to like them. And that's what Sutton is doing. She knows they find her goofy, weird, and awkward, not that girl, not stylish. But despite it all, she wants to force her way into that group. It's very sad. Very sad. Yeah, she's going to force them to like her. So now, Sutton says she's going to be on her best behavior at the party. And now we cut to Kyle's house. The staff is setting up for the party. The food looked amazing. She had salmon. She has steak, open bar. One thing about Beverly Hills, the women know how to throw a party with a good spread. And Kyle has always been in my top 3 when it comes to the parties across all the franchises. Her, Heather Dubrow, and a few others throw great parties, and Kyle is definitely up there. Like, I always love her parties. So now, we see them setting up. She has a flower. She has a crafts table where you can make pressed flower jars and flower crowns. Really cute. So now we see Erica arrive first, then Kyle's friend Faye Resnick and her friend Anna. Now, mind you, the friend looks like Dorit. So they were all like, wait, are you Dorit? And she's like, no, I'm Anna. So now we see Dorit. So now Dorit's asking Kyle if she's drinking a non-alcoholic champagne or has she come back over to the dark side and is drinking again. So Kyle says, no, it's still non-alcoholic, but I can go back to the dark side. Like, don't get it twisted. So now we cut to Bose in the car. Now, I'm thinking that Bose is going to be there solo, but Bose has the whole family with her. She has her daughter, her aunt, and her man, Keely. Now, we know that Keely has just proposed to Bose in recent. He proposed to her, in September? So they are now newly engaged. Just take a guess at what I'm about to say. I said, you said, let's just move right past that. Listen, honey, I'm trying. I am trying to be optimistic, but we have seen this across the board, across all different races, Black, white, Hispanic. Anytime the woman makes more and has more status, more clout, more fame, more power, it just doesn't work. And the fact that Bose wants us to shut up and just say congratulations, God bless. But Keely was in that car grinning from ear to ear. I said, oh, all right, Bose, I'm sorry. But if you could have seen the way I rolled my eyes so hard when you revealed that you guys have been together for a year and a half now, and you said, I'm so happy with him. I want to move. I want us to move into a house together. I want us to get engaged. The clock is ticking. I just said again, Bose, please just do your due diligence. Please think about this. Please. I still have warning. I still have a lot of anxiety about what you revealed to us in the last season about you guys owning some business together or being in a partnership together. Like I just said, girl, why are we mixing business and relationship with a man you just met? The story that you told about the last guy you were dating, he was also a bum. Y'all, yes, honey, very much so. Very much so. But you know what? Bose also told us she's a lover girl. You can't tell her anything when she's in love, and she's not trying to hear it. So it is God bless. God bless. God bless. She better take a page from Candy. No, I'm serious. I said, God bless, honey. But the way I was shaking my head, I said, what do you mean you want to buy a house with this man? How much money does he have for the house? And also, a quick side note, I meant to say this last year. It dawned on me. Remember how Bose was married before to her late husband who passed away? Remember how she revealed that before he passed away, they were on the brink of divorce. They had already been separated. I believe that they were separated because what did her late husband do for a living? She was a more successful one in that marriage. Remember that? It's now lost on me that before he passed away, they were separated, and I'm willing to bet money that the separation was due to her being the breadwinner. Child, listen, y'all. We can be here all day. Please, women, please listen to your intuition. Listen to sound reasoning. Listen to logic. Please, y'all. You don't need to learn things the hard way. Please, y'all. Please. Like, I am begging y'all to just stop and take a beat. Listen, God bless is all I'm going to say about that. Because it was funny because when I voiced my concerns last season, I had a few talking about, oh, why are you being so negative? They're in love. And I said, okay. I said, I already know what type of time you're on. When I hear the girls say that, I'm like, oh, okay. So you're one of them ones too. So okay. Child, a mess. But just God bless y'all. God bless. But yeah, I don't understand why Keely was in this scene. I don't know why he was at the party. They all came solo, and Bose has her whole family and her man. A mess. Yes, honey. Very much so. God bless. That's all I got. God bless. So now So now we have, Bose arrives with her family, with her squad, and we have them all waiting on. Oh no, Sutton arrives. No, Sutton doesn't arrive. Sorry about that. I'm skipping over. Apologies. No, Bose arrives with everybody. So Kyle's like, oh, I need an update on everything, Bose. I'm looking forward to getting to know Bose better. And Bose says, when I first met Kyle, I thought that she was cold and closed off. But if she opens up, I'll be her friend. And if not, I'll be her acquaintance. So now Bose is like, well, who else are we waiting for? And Kyle says, Kathy and Sutton. So Dorit's like, Sutton who? So Dorit says, you know what? When it comes to Sutton, I can be cordial. I don't want any trouble tonight, but if she goes there, I will meet her there. So now Kyle says that, when it comes to Sutton, I want her to be honest about Garcelle and Avi. So as they're talking about Sutton arrives. So now they all sit down in the shade to just talk. And Erica's like, you know what, Bose? I just love Keely. He's so friendly and warm. Aren't they all? To secure the bag, but let me stop. How do we know that that's what he does? Are we assuming that Keely is broke? I mean, I don't know what he does. Hopefully he's not. My antennas were up when I heard that they were in business together. That's not a good sign. That's usually not a good sign. I'm always very skeptical. And I think that rich women, especially rich Black women, need to be skeptical. There's no room for error. Okay? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, you can't be too careful. What did we just see with Candy and Todd? Exactly. My eyes did not see any extravagant dates or gifts. Listen, no, it's true. Listen, y'all. Too many women, especially Black women, have gotten got. Okay? Too many have gotten swindled. Okay? We've seen Wendy Williams, Mary J. Blige, Kelly Clarkson. We've seen there's too much at stake. There's too much at stake to be so naive. There really is too much at stake. I thought he was in IT. Okay, well, listen, if y'all find out, let me know. But I feel like, I don't know if he does have money. I don't know if he has as much as she does. Bose has made a lot of money. She has amassed quite a fortune. So if he is making money, but not as much as her, that's also the danger zone, in my opinion. And Bose also told us that she was dating some bum before him. So you have to stay vigilant. This is not the time to be slacking because you're in love, in my humble opinion. Okay? So just saying. Yeah, Whitney, yes. No, it's true. No, y'all know I love Whitney Houston down. Whitney Houston did marry down. And she even said, no, let's talk about this for a minute. Let's talk about this quickly. When Whitney Houston did her one-on-one before she passed with Oprah, and she said, I was trying to acquiesce. I was trying to dim my light because he got jealous. When she revealed that Bobby Brown spat on her at one point, he spat on his wife because he was jealous. She said she was trying to make him feel like the man. You could even see the tension when they had the Being Bobby Brown show. He was clearly jealous of her star and the fact that she had all that money and he didn't. Any woman who has dated or married down has suffered greatly. So please miss me with all that. Y'all are doing too much. No. You don't need to put your hand on the stove to see if it's hot. Just saying, y'all. Yes, Whitney was hood. And it was hidden. They cleaned her image up a lot. Yes. But two things can be true. Whitney was hood, but she also married down. Period. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you sound just like my mother. She always says this. Why are these men always trying to start businesses with women's money? Why not start the business before they meet her if they're so successful? Exactly. Exactly. No, I didn't miss anybody's super chat. I'm just talking right now. I'm going to get to you. I got you. I got you. You said some women love. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Like, I think that people are really doing a disservice by not seeing the warning signs. If you see that there is a clear pattern of, if I do this, then this will happen. I just need for the girls to wake up. Please wake up. Please. Like, please. Hey, Cheap83, thank you for the super chat. Saw a clip of them talking about Garcelle, and that triggered me, so I think I'm skipping the season. Unless something changes, just here to support you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, the Perfume Preppy, thank you for the super chat. Kelly about to have both drinking Hennessy and eating hot fries in a Nissan. She lives to collect dust in all colors. Not in a Nissan, child. Hey, so Steph, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the review because I'm not watching. You're welcome. Yes, it's true. Dating is a numbers game. You can't limit your options or numbers. Yes, that's why folks only dating one person at a time. It's just like, women going on one date every 10 months and then wondering why nothing is happening. You got to get out. You got to get outside. You got to get outside and spread the net wide. Child, let me just get on with it, honey. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to just segue into different things, but I'm just so passionate about the topic of women marrying down because we're seeing this nonsense play out in real time with Candy and Todd, and now Rachel Zoe and Roger on Beverly Hills. A mess. Okay. Yes, and he's never been married or engaged before. Both. Yes, it's things to consider. But you know what? Bose told us last year that she turns her brain off when it comes to love. So she's a grown woman. Let her do what she wants to do. So it is what it is. Again, God bless. That's all I have to say about it. God bless. God bless. So anyhow, they start talking about Sutton and what's going on with her. So, wait, hold on. Oh, Dorit interjects and says, Sutton, I'm sorry to hear about all this. Kyle just updated me about your ex-husband annulling your marriage. So Sutton says, nothing I can do about it. And now Sutton extends her arm to shake Dorit's hand. The secondhand embarrassment jumped out. Did you see the way Dorit looked at Sutton in disgust? She was like, girl, I'm not going to touch your hand. And she left Sutton's arm hanging. I said, oh, girl, the embarrassment. I said, Sutton, what don't you understand? These women will never see it for you. I don't know why you extended your hand out like that, but I could have told you Dorit was not going to shake your hand. No, Dorit was disgusted. She was really disgusted. So now, and I didn't feel any way about it because that's what you deserve, the way you did Garcelle. So anyhow, Dorit's like, look, I don't want any mess with you. And Sutton says, no, you're not. It's not going to happen. You have my word. And Dorit still paid her handshake dust. So Bo says, we haven't talked about you. I don't know what happened between you and Garcelle. Avi, you're an empty nester. It's a lot happening. Like, what's going on? So Sutton says, it was very rough. What happened with Garcelle? Like, with what happened with Garcelle? So Bose is like, well, what happened? So Sutton is still playing dumb. And she says, I don't know. The last time I saw Garcelle, she was walking out on me and everybody else. So Sutton says, I texted her again and again and again. She didn't text me back. So Dorit's like, would you say it was more of an alliance and less of a friendship with her? Now, Dorit, don't do that. Don't do that. I know you don't like Garcelle, but don't do that. Like, let's not play these games. You guys know that her and Sutton had a real and true friendship. Stop it. Sutton planned and paid for, I believe, Garcelle's granddaughter's the baby shower for her second grandchild. Like, so they were true blue friends. It wasn't an alliance, especially not on Garcelle's part. Like, they were good friends. So for you to say that, for you to even throw that out there, the way Garcelle had Sutton's back to the bitter end, that was a real friendship on this show. So don't you dare try to say, oh, well, do you think it was an alliance? That was pretty much you trying to throw shade on Garcelle's name. I didn't like that. That was nasty. Like, they were really tight. Like, they were like this. They were calling Aunt Sutton, Aunt Garcelle, like, stop. They were really tight. So for her to even try to throw dirt on Garcelle's name like that was nasty. And then for Sutton to not even check that, and she's just like, well, you don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I was waiting for Sutton to say, no, Dorit, don't do that. No, she was my good friend. It's like Sutton can't help herself. It was so aggravating. So now Sutton says, I loved Garcelle. We were best friends. I have a hard time believing that. I didn't see her as just an ally. I don't like for folks to speak about her like that. Sutton, I'll be so happy when they fire you. I'll be so happy when you're off of this show. I will be rejoicing when you get your termination papers, because the audacity for you to say that, like, I was so aggravated. The fact that you can't tell the truth, that you did your friend wrong, is really sad. Yeah, she's very spineless, very much so. So now Sutton says, I'll never know why she's not speaking to me the same way she doesn't speak to any of you guys. So Erica says, well, yeah, she ain't never going to speak to me ever again. So now Sutton says that I had to take a couple months to be quiet and remember who I am. So now you have Kyle trying to throw shade, and Kyle's like, when Sutton and I are in private, she's completely different than when she was with Garcelle. I said, Kyle, that's real nasty. First of all, Kyle, let's be so for real right now. You never liked Sutton. You still don't like Sutton. You don't see it for Sutton ever. So whether Garcelle's in the picture or not in the picture, you still don't like her. So what are we talking about? Sutton is going to be the punching bag of the season again. So don't you dare say that she's a different person with Garcelle. No, you don't like her with or without Garcelle. And Kyle, let me just get you quickly, because your facial expression throughout this scene really pissed me off. You were sitting there so smug when it came to Garcelle. I just said, girl, I wanted to rip that expression off of your face. Kyle does that all the time. She is so smug, and it drives me insane. It really pissed me off. So now Kyle says that with Garcelle out the picture, I like to see Sutton be the Sutton that I know, one-on-one, and be consistent. I said, oh, so that's your way of saying that you're happy that Garcelle's off the show. Got it. So now, we see Kathy and Rachel Zoe arrive. Kyle says that she's known Rachel for a long time, but socially, she's seen her out and about in Aspen. She knows Rachel, but not that well. So now we find out that Rachel, Zoe, and Bose know each other well. Bose was on her podcast. They really hit it off. So now they all sit down to eat. Kathy takes out a brand new pair of rag and bone jeans out of her purse. They were all like, girl, why do you have jeans in your purse? Like, who is this for? Like, what is this? Like, again, Kathy, please stop with the eccentric shtick. It's tired. It's played out. It's stale. It's not funny anymore. And we can tell that you're trying way too hard. It's not organic. So she says that she got the jeans for Kyle. You couldn't send your sister the jeans another time? You could have one of your assistants send over the jeans. Why'd you feel the need to pull the jeans out right then? I was just like, okay, Kathy, I guess. So now Rachel says that the parties at her house are so boyish. She has 2 sons, 14 and 11. She says that she was with her ex-husband for 18 years before they had kids. So she says that she left a year ago. So now Bo says, Dorit, I feel like Rachel can be a great sounding board for you since you're going through it too. And it's so funny. Dorit and Rachel Zoe low-key favor. And it's going to be, I'm curious to see how they get along since they both love fashion, right? So Rachel says, I feel like I don't believe that people should stay together if they're not happy. Kids can feel it. So now Bose wants to know if Dorit's kids know about the divorce. Dorit says yes. She says Jagger has known for a while, and so does Phoenix. They both know. So now Kyle's like, well, Dorit, since you filed, have you sat them down and told them you guys are getting a divorce? Dorit says no. She says with Jagger, I'm having the hardest time. He's 11. He has made some comments though, like I know you and Daddy aren't together. So when I asked him how he felt about it, he brushed me off. So Rachel says, boys do that. So now Kyle says when her and Mo broke up, the girls felt it. And now Dorit says, I've got 2 young kids. My biggest worry is that I want them to be happy. So now Kathy's like, does it bother you about PK being out and about, kissing all these women? And Rachel's like, oh yeah, that he's running around with girls. So Dorit says, to be honest, I feel like when he saw Mauricio out and about, he wanted to follow him too. So Rachel says, she says, Kyle, by the way, I saw Mauricio in Aspen and somebody tried to set us up. And I was like, that's Kyle's ex-husband. Are you well? So did you notice how Kyle was silent? I don't think I've ever seen Kyle that quiet before. Kyle, do you want Mauricio back? Because the way you're acting, I kind of get that feeling that you want the family back together. Because you seemed really upset when Rachel Zoe said, oh, by the way, when I saw him in Aspen, the girls tried to hook us up together. You seemed really pressed by it. So now Dorit goes on to say that, again, PK and Mauricio are both they're great friends. So he wants to live his best life just like Mauricio's doing. So now Erica says that PK is a world-class partier and Mauricio is in the junior kindergarten soccer league. So now Rachel's like, you know what, Dorit, PK sucks. You don't want to be with a narcissist. And if it didn't happen now, it was going to happen eventually. And I agree with that. I think that PK always had 1 foot in and 1 foot out of that marriage. He always wanted to be single. So now Dorit's like, Kyle, how does it feel for you? What does it feel like to see Mauricio kissing other women? And Kyle says, at first it was shocking, but now not so much. So now Rachel Zoe is like, Kyle, are you dating? And Kyle says, no, I don't want anybody in my house. So now Rachel was like, look, girl, I'm going to be honest with you. It's easy to get stuck in a rut. It's easy to let yourself go. It's easy to be in that house all the time in your pajamas and a bathrobe, but you need to be out that house at least 3 times a week. Now, a quick side note. I agree. I think that, when I see on social media, you have the girls complaining about, they can't find anybody. But when you ask the girls what their schedule is they're going to work and going home. I'm here to tell you, you're not meeting anybody sitting at home and like you have to go out. If you want to meet folks, get off the apps, go out. put a sexy outfit on, put some makeup on that face, put a heel on, and go out. Okay, go out. If you don't want to go out 2-3 times a week, maybe dip your toe in the water and go out at least twice. But you got to get out the house. And Rachel was like, girl, get out the house. Like your ex-man is out here being, you got to get out the house too, girl. So I get that. Like, honey, get out the house. Okay. Oh, I love to hear this. Okay, you say you're an empty nester. You started dating this year. Your girl's been zipping it and zooing it. I love that. I know that's right. Exactly. Listen, y'all, it works. Get out the house. Yes, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's true. It's true. Like, life is too short, y'all. Life is too short to be cooped up in the house. Get out. Do something. Have fun. Yes, get a new hobby. Do something. No, I'm so serious. You said, fine, I'll get out. Yeah, get out. Just get out. Even for like a few hours. Just get out the house. Do something fun. You said stuck in sweatpants mode. Oh no, you got to get out of that. You got to burn those sweatpants. So now, no, get out of that, honey. Get out of that immediately. Throw them in the garbage. So Dorit's like, well, I want to go. I want to get out the house. I'm ready to go right now. So now Rachel's like, does anybody else want to have a hot girl summer? And Dorit's like, hell yeah. They all toast to a hot girl summer. And that's the end of the episode. I mean, I think that, hot girl summer, it's always time for a hot girl summer. But I feel like the time to say a hot girl summer was like 5 years ago. When Megan Thee Stallion just came out with it and coined the phrase. But I said, you know what? Better late than never, right? Okay. You said, is it 2019 again? Exactly. Canada's cold is no joke. You said dress and res. Okay, it's too cold. You'll catch me in 6 months. I mean, no, don't let winter be an excuse. I understand that it's cold and like you do have less motivation to go out. But maybe try to go out like a few times out the month. Like, yes, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. It does take extra motivation to get out the house in the wintertime. I get it. Like, I get it. Ain't nobody saying hot girl summer no more. Yeah, you you have me screaming. Hey, your oyster bae. Thank you for the super chat. Just saying hi. I'm Tyler. Appreciate the recaps. I'm not watching Beverly Hills anymore. Only way the show will change is when the viewership does. Oh, that's a good point. Well, Tyler, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the recap. Hi, Roosevelt Scott. Thank you for the super chat. Even as a man, I can see the opportunistic spirit on Keely after he came to Kyle's house. Garcelle made Sutton cool. Yes. Okay, wait. Hold on. See, y'all. See, men know men. All right. If a man is saying, even I can see the opportunistic spirit, y'all need to listen. Okay. Child. Okay. Okay. Listen, let me put this up again. Seriously, y'all. Y'all have to listen. Listen, y'all. Men know other men. And we have a man in the live saying, even I see it. So, child, listen, God bless. Because, when you tell folks anything, they get upset. Because, we had a few in the chat saying, well, how do you know that he's a grifter? How do you know that? How do you know? It's like, okay, like you obviously just want to believe when history has shown itself that you have users coming after these famous and rich women who built themselves up. Child. When we literally see what's going on with Candy Burris and Todd. So, You said, but Bose told me to mind my business. So yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a bunch of throat spray girls in the chat. Now, when you get me in trouble, please, I'm blaming you. Okay. I'm blaming you. I am blaming you. No, you did not. You have me screaming. You have me screaming. I am screaming. Hey, the perfume preppy. Thank you for the super chat. Bose and her 96 bundles are going to learn. Okay, child. You said blame me all day. I can take you. When I tell you, when I tell you, you have me screaming so bad. Please listen. If you don't know about the throat spray story, please go. I went live. When was that? That was earlier this year in February. Please go back and look at that live. Please go back and watch it. I tell you the full story, the full breakdown. That is one of my favorite lives till this day. A mess. A mess. Yeah. That throat spray live was, no, it truly was. It truly was. Yeah, I agree. Watch out for him. That's all I'm saying. Just watch out. Just watch out, y'all. Is he making just as much, if not more than she is, though? Because Bose has a coin. Bose has a long coin. Hey, Foxy Feline 99. Thank you for the super chat. Had to look it up. Didn't want to spread false info. Keely works in business development and sales. Probably why everyone is picking up on the used car salesman vibes. Oh, okay. But is he making the money that she's making? Look up Bose. Bose has made some money. Sis is coined up. You said she can be with him, but why marriage? Why kids? Mm-hmm. Medical sales is great, but he's not making millions. I knew he wasn't the one when he was driving her car. Listen. Yes, the new show she has with Jimmy Fallon. Thank you. Child. Her net worth is an estimated 30 million. Yes. Oh no, her coin is very long. Very long. And I think that she needs to be very weary. She does. She does, especially if, the dating history that she's had before has not been so hot. I'm all I can do, all we can do is pray for her. Stay prayed up. Because she has 30 million compared to, 250, 300. I'm sorry. They can just date then. They can just be lovers and leave it there. Not another Candy. Bless her heart. I'm telling you. I'll listen to this live during my drive back home. All I have to say is Sutton is whack and Bose needs to wake up. Y'all are so silly. Oh, yes, honey. Just be lovers. Yeah, no, for real. Exactly. Absolutely. Listen. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, she was making bank. She was making bank. Okay. Listen. Y'all have me screaming in this here chat, y'all. Please. Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. All I can say is God bless. Okay. Well, she is. They are going to be walking down the aisle because she's determined to get married. So she better get a prenuptial agreement for sure. I hope so. I don't know, y'all. You said, yes, you said, yeah, pray it up versus pray it up. No, it's true. Oh gosh. I, I'm just, y'all, all we can do is just pray. We don't need another Rachel Lindsay situation. I agree. I agree. I hope not. That prenup better be tighter than Claudia's bob. What's wrong with the bob? Something? Oh gosh. Yeah, Rachel did go out sad. Rachel did go out sad. That man played in her face and told her he was a doctor, and the whole time he only made $16,000 over the course of their marriage. And now he's asking her for what? 65,000 a month? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Just a hot raggedy mess, y'all. A hot mess. Oh gosh. I listen, y'all. We'll be here all day. We will be here all day for a grifting chiropractor. Exactly. Yeah, he said they pulled up his W-2s. They pulled up all his income. They pulled it up and they said 16,000. That's what he made in the span of 2 years. Not even 16,000 a year, 16,000 over the course of 2 years. A mess. Yeah, she gave him 500,000 already, spousal support on top of that. A mess. Yup, Britney Spears. Another one. Don't know. You know it gets testy when you call up Ebony K. Williams, honey. Call up Ebony K. Williams, honey, because when it comes to the bus driver talk, guess the people he is. What was he doing every day? He was spending up her money. He was spending up her money. That's what he was doing every day, doing nothing. Doing nothing. He was selling shakes on Instagram. Oh my gosh. For 16K, he was only cracking knuckles. Oh my gosh, please. Hey, the perfume preppy, thank you for the super chat. Bose loves the United Nations of Dust. Oh gosh. A mess, honey. Yes. Oh, beyond that was way less than minimum wage. When I tell you Rachel was working, she was. He was flicking off press-on nails. Yes, Star Jones. That's actually one of the biggest. Star Jones is truly what happens when desperation takes over. Like, that was desperation on several levels. Several. I'm glad that she has found love again, a second actual love again. And the man has a good job. He's in investment banking, and they've been married now for 11 years in Chicago. He has a son. God gave her a second shot, but yeah, Star Jones that was like peak desperado behavior. A mess. Yes, Jill Scott. Oh my gosh, yes. Jill Scott. We don't talk about Jill. Yes. Jill Scott, she married the drummer, correct? And then she had to pay him a big sum of money. Listen, y'all, the list goes on and on and on. It doesn't work. Creme brulee. Stop. You have me screaming. Oh my gosh, you have me screaming so loud. Oh my gosh. Yes, I forgot about that. I forgot about Jill Scott. Yeah, and Jill Scott did it twice. She's been married twice to two losers. I forgot about that. She had that huge wedding too. Yeah, to her drummer. I remember that. Thank you for refreshing my memory. Yes. Yes. Wait, let me wait. Hold on. I believe hold on. I believe she was married twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, yes, yes. Singer Jill Scott's been married twice. First to graphic artist Lizelle Williams from '01 to '07, and then later to Mike Dobson. Yeah, the second marriage was only for a year. Yes, yes. And then she was engaged to her drummer. So, yeah, just a mess. Yeah, no, this is very true too. Yes, yes, no, very much. I agree. I agree. She sure does. No, it's true. It's the truth. Please never be desperate for a guy. Ladies, it's not worth it. Period. Focus on your own worth. No, it's very true. Yes, yes, yes. She I The only reason why I feel like they'll end up working out is because he really enjoys, I feel, you know what? We'll talk about them another day. But absolutely, 110%, 110%. I have a personal theory on that. Like we will talk, and she was married. He's her third husband. Because I remember she was married to that guy who was like 18 years younger than her. Remember, she was or engaged to that guy who was like 18 years younger than her. And he did nothing for a living. And like Patti LaBelle had to warn her, and Gladys Knight, they all had to warn her, like, girl, don't do it, don't do it. But yeah, like even a lot of the older singers, um, the same thing. Um, Dionne Warwick. She was married to a bum. Anita Baker married to a like it's there's like a long history of women like trying to pay a man's way. It's horrible. Yes, Gladys Knight. She's been married 4 times, correct? And all of them were bums. Stephanie Mills too. And then I felt so bad because she did an interview with the Breakfast Club a few years ago, and she was saying that she's never had a man like buy her nice gifts. Like she's the one who buys men gifts. And like I want to believe that she said she bought some a past man, she bought him a brand new fully loaded BMW. I was like I want to jump out of my body. Like I want to weep. Like I literally want to weep. Like I just can't. I can't. Yes, she sure did. She sure did say that she paid bills. I remember that. Yes, yes. It's like a like this is not right. Like this is craziness. This is craziness. It's very sad. It's yes, Aretha yes. Oh gosh, I just feel so sad. I just get really sad when I think about it. It's very sad. And like my heart broke to hear that some of these women have never been treated well. They've never gotten flowers. They've never been on a date. They've never gotten gifts. Like, and they're out here buying men gifts. Like that breaks my heart, like severely. And to hear that like older icons are like saying this, like that's very sad. Very sad. For the most part, our generation ain't going for it. Oh yeah, Lauren Hill. Yes, yes. Hey, the perfume preppy. Thank you for the super chat. Jill Scott ran to Summer Walker could walk. Summer Walker could walk. Yeah, I know. Summer Walker's another one. It's very sad. Yeah. We talk about Shirley Strawberry all the time. Shirley Strawberry, that is such a mess. That is so shameful that at 68 years of age, she was couch hopping because this man took everything from her. She had no business marrying this man in the first place. She was already 50 something and he was 38, even though that was a hard 38, I might add, but okay. But it's just foolish. It's foolish. He had no job. She gave him what, 50 grand to open up this 24/7 barbershop that went bust. He just was spending all her money. Just crazy. Very sad. A lot of cautionary tales. It's just so sad. And then the fact that what was I going to say? The fact that it's clear that he was never attracted to her, because you see that on the when they released the jail calls of when she was visiting him in jail. And remember how like there was one jail call where she was trying to talk sexy to him, like, you know, she was trying to like be like, oh, like, you know, like I'm not wearing anything right now, and like she's really trying to like seduce him over the phone, and he's on the phone like, okay, like, can you get it over with? Like, it was like so embarrassing. And then they released the calls of him with his side women, and they're having, you know, they're having phone sex, and he's on into it with the other woman, but not with the woman he married. He was never, just very sad. Very sad. Yes, honey, that Shirley Strawberry story was a mess. A mess. The 24-hour barbershop sounds like a terrible business model. It was. And all it was, that was pretty much just a way to make it into like a barbershop / strip club. Because there's gonna be like women in there. Like it was a bad idea from the jump. Yeah, just a mess. He was a hot mess. Very embarrassing. Very sad. Elizabeth Taylor's last marriage. Yeah, there's a lot of allegations. If you read like the charges, he's a lot of stuff against him. Sick, crazy, sick man. So just very sad, y'all. But I just think that, you know, please, y'all, do your due diligence, please. Okay? You don't have to tell us that part. Yes, all that was going to be in that barbershop was lemon pepper, Hennessy wings. Exactly. Hey, the perfume preppy. Your partner is thank you for the super chat. Your partner is a personification of how you feel about yourself, pure and simple. I agree. Yes, Tiana Taylor. Yes. Because look at Iman. Now Iman wants money from her. He got their marriage went bust when his career in the NBA was done. And then she became the one making the money and getting all the deals. And now look at him. He doesn't want to pay the light bill. He's asking for money for like. Yes, Madonna is another one. Absolutely. You said, girl, that super chat just read the F out of me. What would I rate this episode? Will you watch next week? I'm going to take it week by week. If the episode is cool, I'll review it. If not, I won't. If I had to rate it, I would give it a solid 7. You said it was a slick 4 out of 10. Gladys Knight was married to Les Brown. Yes, he was her third husband. I believe it was her gambling that may have hurt that marriage. Oh, okay. Because yeah, Les Brown, he makes money with a motivational. He's a motivational speaker, correct? If that's the same person I'm thinking about, he was the only husband of hers, I believe, that had a little bit of money, because all her other husbands were broke, and she was paying them. Bell 901, yes, but you can't say anything because her fans are crazy and they're gonna. But yes. Liza Minnelli, yes, very much so. He's single, but did you see OBJ saying that he's pretty much broke at this point? Are you serious? Odell Beckham Jr., all that money that he made? Yes, Vivica Fox, yes, her first marriage, he was a bum. And then that's what she even said that she knew she shouldn't have married him, but she wanted to marry, she wanted to get married, she wanted a wedding so bad that she just succumbed to the pressure and married him. But she said, "Oh no, baby," she said, "my parents did not raise me to pay for a man. Like I wasn't taught that." And she divorced him quickly. But yeah, she married a bum too. Yeah, Halle Berry. It's true. Sherry Shepherd's done it twice. And his second husband, she even said that his penis didn't even work. A mess. Yeah, Ariana Grande also married a bum before cheating on him. Yes, she did. Kenya Moore. Yes. The list just goes on and on. Yes, Bethany Frankel. Yes. Tisha Campbell. Very much so. It's the wedding they want so bad, not the marriage. Yes, Denise Richards. Very true. Phaedra for sure. Gabrielle Union. Oh, absolutely. Kirstie Alley. Cynthia Bailey. Yes. Not a soft wallet and a soft dingling. Yep. Cynthia been marrying bums. I know. It's like a thing for her. It's a pattern. Sky Jackson had a baby with a whole bum. I know. Keke Palmer. Sky Jackson. It's like the girls aren't listening, and it is really breaking my heart. But you can't help people who don't want to be helped. So it is what it is. But y'all, the Disney girls going out sad. Cynthia has a fetish for bums. Faith Evans had to pay Stevie J millions. I know. I forgot about Stevie J and Faith Evans. I know. She's such a sweetheart though, but like it just breaks my heart about Halle Bailey. I know. You said the Queen of England. Eva Marcel, Megan Good. I know. Oh yeah, Megan Good. Yes. Yeah, her situation does infuriate me because I know, but like, hey, but again, let people have to do what they have to do. They have to make their own decisions, and it is what it is. Oh. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Bethany's divorce it lasted for like 8 years. Yep, he was bottom of the barrel. He sure was. They want love at all prices. Steve Harvey told Kiki to stop dating Brooke. Now look at her. I know she didn't listen to him. She rejected his advice. And the sad part is she still rejects that advice till this day. Because she did an interview with Bevy Smith about that. And she said, I just don't understand women who feel that way. Like, I don't understand. Why does it matter? So she doesn't want to be helped. Kiki does not want to be helped. You can't tell her anything. So whatever. She likes to date men who are broke. So whatever. Tia Mowry, yes. Yep, Sherry Shepherd. But she was married to two bums that she still has to pay monthly. That's sad. Y'all, we'll be here all night. Isn't Halle dating another bum? I hope not. Yeah, Joni Smollett. Yep. Yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. She likes being in control. That's what it is. A mess. That is so sad. Bethany said she would have to FaceTime her daughter with the camera facing the toilet during her custody battle. Yes, it is. It is a power thing for her. And until she realizes that you cannot control a man, and you damn sure cannot control a man with money, she's going to always be in this pattern, a mess. Sherry Shepherd has to pay for a child that she doesn't even claim. I know. I believe she's paying Sal, the second ex-husband, $20,000 a month. And for child support and spousal support, a mess. I know the child's not even biologically hers. I know, but still, just listen, that whole entire situation is so wild. Yes, Reba. Yes, Reba. Yes, Reba and Reba and Kelly Clarkson. Yes, yup. Reba's ex-husband is a bum who swindled her. He got millions out of Reba because Reba's worth like 100 million. He got millions out of Reba, and then he taught his son to do the same thing to Kelly Clarkson. Because remember, Kelly Clarkson's late ex-husband is Reba's stepson. So, like father, like son, he taught his son how to be a user. Yes, Adele's first husband, exactly. It's an epidemic. It sure is. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, yes. Screaming. Now you have me snorting. Oh my gosh, this read about Sal you have me screaming very much so. When I tell you that Sherry Shepherd was good and desperate, because honey, there was nothing attractive about Sal. Nothing. You took all the words. You know, y'all say things that I only say in private and I say up here. And you're saying exactly. Oh my God. Yes, the way Whoopi looked at Sherry, and she even said the day she came on set with her ring, Whoopi looked at her and said, "Now, girl, this is a big mistake." Because Whoopi's been taken 3 times too by 3 broke men. So Whoopi knows firsthand, don't marry down. Whoopi did it 3 times. And she even said, Whoopi told her, "I will not be attending your wedding. And I'm not going to congratulate this man is a bum." And then when Sal went on People magazine, he did an interview when she was divorcing him. And he was trying to like clear his name. Like he said, like, he was like, people keep saying I'm a bum, but like, that's not true. I'm just a hardworking man who fell in love with a celebrity. I was like, sir, stop it. So do you know that he said that when it came to Sherry's ring, he wiped out his whole savings account. And then on top of that, he had to put the ring on several credit cards and he's still paying off the ring. I said, Sherry, you need your behind whooped for getting with this brokey. Like, this is just so sad. Yeah, Whoopi said, I'm not coming to your wedding. I don't support this. There's nothing congratulatory about this. This is sad. This is a shame. Yeah, Whoopi kept it real, honey. Whoopi said, baby, I've been through this 3 times. I had to pay 3 men. I don't want to see this happen to you. Don't do it. Child, a mess. Y'all have me screaming in this chat. Sal always reminded me of Snagglepuss when I see him. Yes. Haven't they? They. Yeah, you didn't know that? Whoopi's been taken for a ride 3 times. Honey, listening to you have to yell at people not to marry bums every day is so wild to me. Didn't y'all have family? My grandmother told me every day not to marry no bum. He need to take care of me. But you know what? I've learned a lot in my life, and especially on YouTube, that so many people did not have the same experience. And it's taught me to be more compassionate, and it's taught me to like realize that what's common sense for me, unfortunately, is not common sense for everybody else. Because I used to have the same mindset as you. Like, people didn't hear this like growing up, but like a lot of people did not. And unfortunately, a lot of Black women did not grow up hearing that. They heard the opposite. They saw the opposite of women taking care of men. So unfortunately, this isn't common sense to a lot. And it bears repeating because, hopefully, Lord willing, my words have helped somebody, which I know they have. But yeah, unfortunately, how we grew up was not the norm of how a lot of people grew up. A lot of, and then also the desperation a lot of women have today. It's apparent that a lot have not had good guidance. It's very apparent. So, yeah, I used to be shocked too. People have not been told these things. No, it's true. Yeah, you have a lot of people, a lot of pick-me's in people's families. Exactly. Brooke is doing the Lord's work. I try, honey. And then on top of that, with Sal, he looked like that with no money and then had a broken penis on top of that. So Sherry was in a sexless marriage with a bum. Just a mess. You said, hopefully Venus Williams is smart with her money. Now, her fiance is an actor, I believe, correct? Yes, you can tell that the women that grew up watching their mothers chase a man, but it's the way people grew up unprotected in the ways that women, that mothers are narcissistic, bitter spirits, and the fathers were bums themselves. No, it's true. Throat sprays and Chili says first dates after 4 kids is killing the girls. I know. You said a real or struggling actor. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Are you serious? He's a known scammer of older women. Venus better call up Serena. Venus better call up her sister and ask if who's Serena? Serena's married to the billionaire who founded Reddit, correct? She better call him up and ask if he has any friends to hook her up with immediately. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. Yeah, Serena did it. Oh, Serena did it all the way right. I never seen him in any movies. Oh no. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you so much. Thank you. Venus's man is supposedly a gigolo that can be rented. Are you serious? Okay, I need her to call up. She needs to call up Serena and Alexis immediately. Immediately. Mm, 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 mm. You said Julia played her cards right. She did. A background extra. She is? How do you know? Does she? I feel like Venus never talks. I feel like Venus never. Is this is true? Should she ever? I feel like I see Serena more in the spotlight than I do Venus. I didn't. Venus has had boyfriends before. This is not her first go. Oh, she is. And they're both well into their she's in her 40s. Oh. Oh, okay. Why did I think that she's dated? Her and the girl from Insecure. Oh, yes, the actress who plays Molly. Yes, she's always talking about it every chance she gets. That's like her whole personality. Um, oh wow, I did not know that. Well, oh wow. I could have sworn that Venus was engaged to somebody else and that she was dating. Wow, okay. Well, this is news to me. So many men are bums because of lazy parenting. I agree. Okay, got it. Yes, no, virgin or not, you could still get got. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Eve is another winner. I agree. I just hope that, I really do hope that Venus has properly vetted her fiance. I really hope that he's successful. I hope that, like, I'm praying that this is not true. That he, like, I really, I mean, Venus has so much money. Both of the Williams sisters have so much money. So I that would be horrible for her to be, swindled. You said Brooks, oh wows are taking me out. No, I it's just so much news coming at me at once. It's like, woo. Yvonne dates weird men due to that as well. Yeah, she does. A good ironclad prenup. The list of women who dating below their tax bracket and got is insane. I know. I know. Yeah, she's engaged to Italian actor Andrea Preti. But the girls in the chat are saying that he, as an actor, it's not giving. I thought Alexis was a billionaire. I mean, yeah, Serena has a boatload of money. Like, Serena must have hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, if Serena's net worth must be like what, 500 million? But I could have sworn Alexis is a billionaire. No? Oh, I'm so happy to hear this, Brooke. I just wanted to say that you made me up my don't come empty-handed game. I now always bring something thanks to you. Oh, I'm happy to hear this. Thank you. Oh, this is wonderful news. That means a lot. Yeah, he's a billionaire. That's what I thought. He's not a billionaire. Okay, wait. So one of y'all said he's a billionaire. The other one said he's not a billionaire. Oh gosh. Oh, I did a quick Google search on Venus's husband. He's only worth about $1 million, barely. And Venus is worth what, 100 million? We can end the live right here. We can end the live right here. I'm really getting pissed off. We can just end it on that news. We're going to end it. Like, I'm just like, are you serious? He literally founded Reddit and sold it for $2 billion, I think. He owned Reddit. He's a billionaire. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. No, this is very upsetting. This is very, okay. So it says that it's an estimated 150 million. He's going to fleece Venus. I'll say $1 million to what is Venus? What is Venus? Let me see. Oh my. Okay, Venus's net worth, according to Wikipedia, is $95 million. 95 million to his $1 million. Stop it. Knock it off. Let's get serious. This is really upsetting to me. This is very upsetting. This is very upsetting. Oh gosh. No, y'all know that net worths are inaccurate online, right? They are, but sometimes I believe they are accurate. Serena has a $350 million net worth. Okay, that's what I thought. It's upsetting me and my homegirls. Alexis does well, but he ain't a billionaire. Oh, gosh. Well, he has money. He isn't a bum heir. Oh, gosh. They said he was over there acting with Heather Dubrow. And on that note, good night. Oh, the shade of it all. You need help. You said he was over there acting with Heather Dubrow. Good night. Y'all have a great Friday night. I know I will. I will see you all later. Have a good night, y'all. Y'all are much. But guys, in all seriousness, though, I hope y'all have fun. I had a good time. I will see y'all later for Potomac, or unless some breaking news comes out. But I will see you all later. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday night. I know I will, and I will see y'all soon. Okay? Bye, guys.